This episode of the Mother Loving Future Show is brought to you by Amber Lestrange and Jenna Penrose with JMO 5000 Productions.
Welcome to the Mother Loving Future Show. We're your hosts, Amber and Jenna, and today we're discussing the revolution of consciousness. For show notes, more on consciousness and parenting, or to sign up for our video newsletter, check out our website, themotherlovingfuture.com. Jenna, will you please give us a definition of revolution of consciousness?
Absolutely. It is the current upgrading of the consciousness of the earth into higher frequency patterns and sustainable balance. This is a global awakening that calls us to evolve our deepest self along with most of our current global systems, including the medical system, educational system, political system, and economic system, to name a few.
Wow.
Yeah. So in case you didn't know, there is a revolution of consciousness happening on the planet where reality is shifting from our old understanding of reality to an entire new reality, which is a multidimensional reality.
So are we all moving up in consciousness?
Yep.
Are we all affected in it?
We're all affected. Anybody embodied on the planet right now is undergoing this process, whether they're aware of it or not.
But then why is there so much negativity going on Earth?
I feel like that is coming to the surface because any stifled or negative energies which exist within our energetic circuitry, either on the individual level or on the global level, is coming to the surface to be released. So all of this has been in the global scene, but maybe behind the scenes. And now in this moment of consciousness, it's coming up to the surface so that we can view it.
So you're pretty confident that everything's going to be getting better on Earth when it comes down to the dark forces.
Yeah, I think that things need to come to the surface first. So things might seemingly get a little bit worse before they get better, but that's just because everything that's been hidden is coming to the surface, and a lot of really horrible stuff has been hidden.
So why do you think that's happening now? Why do you think that this is unrevealing at this time?
Well, I think that we're at the end of a cosmic cycle, a 26,000-year cycle that is coming to an end, and it's an astrological cosmic cycle. And there's a lot more that I could go into on the timeline of that 26,000-year cycle. But because of that, the Earth itself is upgrading, and that's why we're all participating in this now, and everything that was hidden is coming out. This is the moment in cosmic time when this is meant to happen.
And this is all part of the Aquarian age, us moving into that Aquarian age away from the Piscean, where the theme of the Aquarian age is the reveal, everything purging, everything coming to the surface. Things are now transparent.
Totally.
People can't be existing in that old paradigm anymore where they're actually hiding what they're doing and getting away with it. They say that empires will crumble if they don't upgrade to this new world that's being established.
That's it.
Okay, so where does this originate? Is this are we part of the ripple effect on a larger scale? Say it's a universal theme, a galactic theme right now. Why is the Earth going through this?
Well, I mean, how I view it. It's like the blooming of a flower. So you might have a bud, which over time ripens to blossom and then become a flower, and that's sort of where we're at in the global in the world right now. It's like the Earth has been this little bud waiting to blossom in consciousness, and like the moment in time, the season of time when that bloom is going to finally open is now.
And so where do you get your resources and support and information on this theme?
Well, I mean, there is a lot of this has been a general theme, I'd say, since probably the 60s, and like the love and peace, sort of the beginning of that hippie generation where they started kind of talking about the age of Aquarius and peace and love. And so since that, there's been a lot of talk about this, but a lot of my own personal information comes from my intuition, my higher self, through meditation and through communion with my spirit guides.
Wow. Mm-hmm. How do you connect with your spirit guides?
Well, I have an entire meditation that I have up on my website, which I can link into the show notes for this show, about the story of how I connected with them through a guided meditation, which I guided myself through. So it's not hard to do, but it is a spiritual mental practice.
Wow, I got to get into that. So you mentioned that everyone is involved in this revolution of consciousness. So does that mean that we just get to kick back and it's just going to happen without, subconsciously for us? Or does that mean that we have to actually get on board with this process and start cultivating conscious ways of being and mindful practices to rise up and meet this wave?
Totally. I mean, it's a great question. And those of us who are consciously participating in ascension are going to be those who are moved into positions of leadership and of positions of abundance faster. Those of us who are either not participating consciously in the process or who are resisting the process are going to be having increasing roadblocks in their lives and lessons which are going to become more and more apparent to teach them what they need to learn in order to participate.
Got it. Well, you just scared me into participating a little bit more.
Girl, I think you're participating, okay? You don't have a problem there.
I'm trying. And so what would be, say someone's new to this whole concept, what would be some super simple, practical advice for them to start understanding this a little bit more and on the daily moving towards doing all they can to be part of that revolution of consciousness?
Well, I mean, a lot of it is an internal revolution of consciousness, and it's an internal revolution of consciousness that each individual needs to have, an epiphany that each individual needs to have. And then on the mass scale, it really amounts to something. So on each individual practical level, you want to move towards spiritual awakening. Some practices which will help you with that. Number one, meditation and yoga, carving out a time in your day to quiet your mind and to observe your thoughts. That's the number one thing. Yoga, because that moves stagnated energy around your body. That's going to allow for things to come to the surface, to be released, and to create that motion of energy moving that can create epiphany. Another thing is to detoxify your body temple, to eat organic, to drink water, and to consider your skincare and personal care products and whether or not those are toxic or not toxic, because a lot of normal drugstore products are. Another thing is to set the intention in your heart to seek for truth and enlightenment, and those who seek will find, in my experience. Then the final thing is to notice the coincidences in your life and to follow them.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Magic will happen if you put that list to action.
Yeah, if your eyes are open and you're calling it in. Mm-hmm. And so where is this revolution of consciousness taking us?
It's taking us to a new world with entirely new systems. If you look at the current structure of the world, the systems really do not work well for the majority. Billions of people are starving. People are homeless. People are desperate. They're crying. They're unhappy. A very small percentage of the world is anywhere close to content or happy. Most, people are born into situations where they can't get out of. Children are hungry. People are sick. So basically what I'm saying is those with the power and money in the world today are really not creating systems that work for everyone, nor are our current systems sustainable for the earth. We're destroying the earth. We're destroying our planet. We do not have a good human brotherhood established. It's really humans fighting with other humans in war after war after war. So where we're heading with this is to evolve out of this dark cycle of war and famine and whatever, and moving to a new global paradigm where we set up new systems that work for everybody and is in sustainable alignment with the planet Earth.
Yes, that is the dream. So how do we contribute to that vision and be part of the solution and not the problem?
So I cannot stress enough to say that we just need to be the change that we want to see in the world. If each individual embodies the change that they want to see, then that's all we have to do. And what does that mean? It means really going deep within yourself to figure out where you still have blockages or issues where you are not fully being love embodied at all times. If there's any point in your life where you're not able to fully embody compassion and love, then that's where you need to go and where you need to work on yourself in order to be the change that you want to see in the world.
So important. And on a side note for that, I think that process is easier and more exciting and less daunting when you surround yourself with people who are like-minded and on the same path as you. So creating a conscious community around you who are also understand that language and understand that quest really will help you, lift your game and be part of that.
Yeah, but I will say, just because I feel the need to interject it here, that light workers, meaning people who are really born to shift the consciousness of the planet, and there are many, sometimes are placed, in isolated situations. And the reason that is because they're put in these strategically placed to raise the consciousness all around and to maybe affect their circle of friends. So it's like if you have all the conscious people in one like little friend group together hanging out, you're going to have this super conscious pocket, and then you're going to have the rest of the world not being conscious. So the way that I've understood it through my own internal intuition, but also through just talking to people and observing with other light workers, is that oftentimes they will be isolated and around a community that is not on the same level, and that's for a purpose too.
So as long as we're all doing our part and doing all we can, and obviously using this time of technology, this era we're in, where we all have a voice to some degree on social media, Facebook, Instagram, everyone has an opportunity to send out a message. So to use those parts of our life to actually, put that on loudspeaker and represent that and be that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And do you have any other main points?
Just to say that the reality that most people take for granted as like, this is real, it may not be real. If you think you know what's real, you might want to check yourself, because things that you might think are impossible are not only possible, but happening. One like very small example of that could be, some people don't believe in ghosts, for them, like, ghosts do not exist. And that's like their position on it. For me, ghosts do exist. Like, I've been contacted by spirits who have passed on like many, many times, and had a lot of evidence where I've gone to people with information that ghosts have given me, and like, it's been completely spot on, and they start crying, or like I've seen dead relatives that have like given me information or whatever that has been spot on. So my point is like, my reality around this term of ghost is very shifted from like somebody else's reality. So my point is like, reality is shifting, and it's scary for people, but it's also really exciting.
I believe in ghosts.
You had some experiences, see?
Yeah.
Because I didn't always used to. I did not believe in ghosts. As a kid, even as an early teenager, I didn't. It was only that I believed in ghosts when it was proved to me beyond a reasonable doubt through actual experience,
But also being open to it. Giving yourself the opportunity to actually being open to it, then, helps boost your experience and your reality around it.
That's true. But, some of my experiences, my very early experiences were undeniable, and it really busted through my veil of my old reality, because I had to somehow synthesize these experiences with what I thought reality was. And I, like, at that point, like, for example, I experienced a ghost situation where literally a faucet was turned on, completely full on. And pretty much in front of me. And like, there was no denying that, I saw it happen. I experienced that the water was off, and then I experienced the water was on. And so sometimes things like that will bust through just to really awaken you,
There are little helpers here to crack us open a bit. That's so good. Okay, so it's looking up. It's feeling positive.
I feel very positive.
We can do this. And the main message is be the change, be that example, spread the love, stay on that path, pull back the layers. Don't be afraid to get involved and get on that loudspeaker and start moving towards that recalibration of reality.
Yes, that is it.
Great. Well, I'm here with you. High five. Boom. Great. So I want to propose a question to our listeners. Are you an active part of the revolution of consciousness, or do you have any questions about this topic? Your thoughts and words can help others, so tell us everything in the comments section below. And that's a wrap for today. We hope to see you next time. And bye-bye for now.
Visit our website, themotherlovingfuture.com, for more information. And please leave us a 5-star review on iTunes if you like what you hear. We read every single review and comment, and we are so grateful for your support. See you next week.